Buongiorno and welcome. Today I'm going to be making a traditional lasagna. This is one of the most iconic dishes in Italy, as you will appreciate, and every town, every region in Italy has got different type of recipe. So I will be making mine closely aligned to what they do in Sicily. In most of Italy, lasagna is well renowned, especially for Bologna, where they use the Bolognese ragu. Today I'm going to be adapting this by adding ham, but also I will be adding some aubergines, some fried aubergines. In Sicily they also tend to add a boiled egg. I will not be doing that today. I think there's going to be enough going on as it is. But let's just get going. I'll start by making a soffritto, which is a combination of onion, carrots and celery. Cut your vegetables off fairly fine. Pour a little olive oil in a pot and from cold add your chopped vegetables and place it on a hot stove. Once they start sizzling, give them a little stir, add a pinch of salt and turn the heat down on a medium setting and let them just simmer for a couple of minutes. I will be adding 750 grams of minced beef and minced pork together, and I'll turn the temperature on a high setting. Ensure you mix it well so that the mince is not lumpy. Keep mixing and as you can see, the mince has released quite a bit of water. All of this water needs to evaporate. You need to be very patient and ensure that the water does evaporate. As you can see, mine is now looking very dry, which is exactly what you want, as effectively the fat caramelized and almost a sticky position you're looking for. So two tips really: all of the water needs to go, and if you cannot get rid of it, maybe you can even drain it. And the second one, ensure that your mince is as fine as possible. And while the heat is still very high, we will add half a glass of white wine. I'm going to add some chopped rosemary, fresh from my garden, which I've got here. But you can also add oregano or any herbs you like, or nothing at all. I like rosemary, and I will be adding at this point. The wine has evaporated, and I'm now going to add 800 grams of passata. Rinse your bowl with water and add another 300 milliliters of water. I'll place the lid on and I will take it to the boil. Once the sauce is boiling, just give it a little stir and turn it on a low heat and let it simmer for approximately an hour. Make sure that it continues bubbling a little while it's cooking. And place the lid on and just leave it for 1 hour. While the sauce is cooking, I will be cooking some aubergines to go in the lasagna later. Remove the head and to ensure that you cut it safely, just slice one piece first, then put it on a nice flat head, and then you can easily slice them without any danger of sliding away from you. And I'll do them in approximately just under 1 centimeter thick each slice. Put a little olive oil in a pan, not a lot. Turn the hob on and just place as many aubergines as you can fit. Aubergines are very thirsty, so do not be tempted to add any more oil, as they will just throw it back at you at the end. Once they start sizzling, you can put the lid on like this and turn it down on a medium to low temperature, and we will let them steam away until they're cooked, and we will turn them over halfway. So within a few minutes you can see that they're already changing in color, and one side is cooked, so I'll quickly turn them around and cook the other side. This is a great method to cook your aubergines in a very healthy way without using too much oil. And they're all done now. By the way, you can cook these as a side dish to anything. All you need to do is just add some salt, some pepper, maybe a drizzle of olive oil, definitely maybe some balsamic vinegar or balsamic drizzle, and they will go with anything of your liking, hot or cold. Making some bechamel sauce next. I've got 500 milliliters of semi-skimmed milk cold and 50 grams of plain flour, which I'm going to add to the milk. My general rule of thumb is for every 100 milliliters of milk is 10 grams of flour, so if you want to make more you can adjust accordingly. Add a half a teaspoon of salt, and I will be grating some nutmeg. I will be using a long handled teaspoon, but you can use anything you like, and just mix it while it's still cold. As you've seen, I'm not using any butter or any oil, and I'm not going to add it into a pot. I'll put it on a hot hob, and I will start stirring it until it reaches almost the boil. You can see that it's almost getting there, and a few little bubbles are forming on the sides. It's now boiling, so just mix it and leave it on the hob for approximately 20 seconds. Okay, then you turn the hob off and remove it from the heat and continue mixing it for a further 30 seconds. As you can see, our bechamel sauce is lovely and creamy and healthy, and if I just pour a little spoon on it, you can see that it's got a nice thickness and consistency. So back to our ragu, which has been simmering for an hour and minding its own business, and as you can see, the color of the sauce has actually changed and also has gone down in volume, which is a good indication, and this is now ready. So I've got everything I can possibly need in front of me. Here is my tomato sauce, which is cooked, my ragu. Here's my bechamel sauce. I have also chopped a fresh mozzarella. I've sliced a few pieces of ham. I've got some hard Durham pasta. I will be using this lasagna today. And I've also grated some Parmesan cheese, and of course not to forget our beautiful aubergines. So let's put it together. I'll be cooking my lasagna in a glass oven proof dish. This is 27 centimeters square, and I'll start by putting a little amount of my sauce at the bottom. And start layering your pasta. Do not worry if it overlaps, it's perfectly okay. When you get a corner like that, you will have to cut this in half. You could just use your fingers. And pour a little bit more sauce. When you're layering lasagna, always start with little sauce at the bottom, and then you start increasing the quantities as you go up in each layer. Next, I will be adding some of my aubergine. You can choose to leave them whole or chop them into pieces. I will chop mine. Add a little ham, a little mozzarella, and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. And you start again. So I've reached my final layer. It's 5 in total. And as you can see, I have been a lot more generous with my sauce, as this will percolate down, and press it down nice and hard. And next I will be pouring in my bechamel sauce on top. One last sprinkle of Parmesan cheese, which I've got left over. That is not compulsory, but as I've done more than what I needed, I might just as well use it. And next it will be going in the oven at a temperature of 180 degrees for 45 minutes. The first 20 minutes I'll put some tin foil on top, and I will then remove it and let it bake for the last 25 minutes without it. I've moved indoors as the oven in Tortellino's den is too small for this big dish, so I decided to cook it in the oven in the kitchen. It's just out of the oven and steaming hot. I'll let it rest for a few minutes before I cut it and then serve it. This will be enough for 8 people. Will be 4 of us eating tonight. As a tip, what you can do with any leftover, cut into small portions and or portions depending on how much you eat. Once it's cooled down, then put it in the freezer in a suitable container, and you can then defrost it whenever you like, and once it's totally defrosted, put it in the microwave for 5 to 6 minutes, and then there it is, lasagna ready for you, and that will be just as good. Using a spatula or something similar, just place it in the edges so that it will be easier for you to get it out when it's ready to get out. And there it is, steaming hot. If you look through, it's just the right consistency, not liquidy. I did make the sauce fairly liquidy, as you might have observed, but that is because the pasta was dry, durum pasta, and it would have absorbed a lot of the moisture from the sauce. And that is the consistency you're looking for in a proper portion of lasagna. Some people choose to put a béchamel sauce in the middle as well. You can do that. I've done that in the past and it's perfectly okay and very tasteful as well. I've chosen to put it all on the top because I like to taste the béchamel on its own as well, and bearing in mind that there is nutmeg in there, I thought it would be quite nice to differentiate it from the rest of the recipe. But it's individual choices and entirely up to you, and also looks prettier. I will test a little to see what it's like, although we are about to go and eat anyway. But it would be rude not to. It's very hot though. Oh. Really lovely. As suspected. You can test the béchamel sauce, you can test the ragu, you can test the aubergine, and everything is just wonderful. What else can I say? Enjoy your dinner if you make it, and thank you for watching. Ciao ciao for now, until next time, arrivederci. Bye!